Hosted in conjunction with Chris Media, the CEO interview series allows investors to hear directly from the CEOs leading the companies featured on Wholesale Investor. Enjoy the interview and reach out via the details in the description.
Hi, and welcome to another CEO interview. Today, I'm joined by Keith John, Managing Director of Pioneer Credit. Thank you for joining me today, Keith.
Pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity, Rhythm.
Brilliant. Now, Pioneer Credit is supporting over 250,000 customers throughout Australia and New Zealand. The ASX ticker being PNC, and that will be listed below for the investors. The company is focusing on providing customers with a range of products and solutions to help them achieve their financial goals using their process and helping clients reduce their debt and alleviate financial distress. Keith, just to get started, can you give us a high-level outline of where Pioneer Credit is today?
For sure. And thank you for the opportunity. So Pioneer purchases and services of retail debt predominantly out of the big banks. So customers that buy or use credit cards or personal loans from the banks and get into trouble, we buy those accounts off the banks. We manage those customers through a process so that they can cure over time and get back to a normal financial footing. And obviously, the better we do that, the better it is for our business as well. So we're a very customer-centric organisation. We're currently the number 2 player in Australia by size and by investment. Last year, we invested about $100 million in buying portfolios off the banks. And we've recently signed a 5-year deal with one of the big banks, with the Commonwealth Bank, to acquire their portfolios on over that period of time. So that sets this business up very well in terms of what we have in terms of deal flow coming through to us and the security of our business going forward.
Amazing. Now, let us dive deeper into the process that Pioneer Credit takes in engaging with customers. Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. So our business is all about understanding Rhythm what a customer is going through and then providing solutions to that customer. So while our background is debt recovery, it is very much a solutions-based business that is focused on consumer outcome. And that's one of the reasons why we're preferred by the banks in Australia. So what that looks like is a customer is in some sort of financial stress. That customer account is sold to Pioneer, and we then engage with that customer to work through their situation. And generally speaking, they go on some sort of payment plan over time that is good for them and good for us and helps them get back on track. The money that they pay us become our liquidations. That's the revenue that we earn. And obviously, after our expenses, we deliver a profit for our shareholders over time. But it's really important to understand that our business is about making sure we get good outcomes for customers. So we run Net Promoter Score in our business, which is really about how likely is a customer to refer us to one of their friends. They don't generally get the opportunity to do that. It's a really good gauge and it's a really good measure of how well we look after consumers. And if we do that well, banks will be more likely to sell to us. And they do that because we look after customers in an amazing way.
Brilliant. Completely understand. Now, Keith, can you give me a deeper understanding of what makes Pioneer Credit unique?
For sure. The first of all is our approach to customers. We are very customer focused. We have an exceptional compliance record. It's quite unique in this sector in Australia. And it's all about getting great customer outcomes. That's the first thing. The second thing is we always do the right thing. This is not a business focused on how do we make money. This is a business that's focused on how do we solve a customer's situation. And if we do that really well, then we'll make money. So the structure of this business is entirely correct. From an investment perspective, for shareholders, for example, we have a very large concentration of board and management shareholding in this business. On a fully diluted basis, about 20% of this company is owned by the board and management. So we've got very, very strong alignment to our shareholders and to getting good outcomes for them. There's a whole range of other things as well that go into making up this business, but it's all built around people, and it's all built around people doing the right thing for our customers to get great outcomes. And again, if we do that and we do it really, really well, then we'll get great outcomes for our shareholders as well.
Amazing. Now, Keith, since you've touched upon the team, so let us talk about that. Can you elaborate for us, like the skills and asset that they bring to the table, including yourself, that you feel would help the growth of the venture over the near and long term?
For sure. So look, it really probably appropriate to speak about our team in two parts. One is the executive, and I hope we also have all of the same characteristics I'm sure we do about our operations. In terms of our executive, clearly we're looking for people, and we have people that are highly motivated, highly aligned, and of great integrity. That's critical to this business. It's critical to every business, and we have those in our team. One of the big differences between us and just about any other small financial firm in Australia is that no one in our executive or in our leadership receives a short-term incentive. So nothing is about getting a result today. It's about building a business over the medium to long term. And all of our executive and all of our leadership are incentivized through equity in a long-term incentive plan. So that's a very unique characteristic, and it ensures that our leadership and executive are completely aligned to the outcomes for our shareholders. In terms of our operations, what we're looking for is very, very simple. We want good people with good intentions that are prepared to work with customers. It's as simple as that. Where we're different to others, we do not run call scripts. So when you ring our contact center, the conversation you have is about solving your situation, answering your questions then and there, and we empower our people to do that with incredible latitude so that we can solve our customers' problems as quickly as possible. That's good for them, that's good for us, and that's also good for our people. It keeps them engaged, and it delivers a work experience where they can truly provide value back to their customer and where they get great satisfaction as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Keith. Now, as a parting question, and this is for the prospective shareholders watching this interview, what does the strategic outlook for Pioneer Credit look like, and what are some milestones that should excite them in the near term?
Thanks, Rhythm. Look, over the course of the last couple of years, Pioneer, like a lot of businesses, been through some challenging times. We're back to profitability in FY23. We will be providing an update to shareholders on exactly what that looks like at our AGM on the 2nd of November, so coming up very, very soon. And then from there is the build out of the continued profitability and growth of this business over the next couple of years. In addition to that, we'll be providing updates on the quality of our portfolio and how that grows over time. A critical part of our portfolio, to give you an idea of the scale of this business, is we have about $2 billion Australian in receivables due to us. And of that $2 billion, about $465 million of it is performing. So that's like a performing loan book. And we've been growing that at 16% cumulative over the last 5 years. So we've got a really resilient business, one that has very predictable cash flows. Last year, we were over $100 million. We expect to grow that again this year. And a business that is profitable in FY23 and growing from here.
Amazing. Well, Keith, you've given us a very extensive rundown of Pioneer Credit and where you are looking to go over the coming months, which is excellent. I want to thank you again for joining me on this interview. And for those who are interested to speak to the team at Pioneer Credit, please see the details at the side of the screen and in the description. Thank you again, Keith, for joining me at this interview.
My pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.